So I love this little aircraft carrier guy is what they kind of equate it to. Now I have a few issues with the design of it, or with how it works. Not necessarily the design. I personally think it's a really, really cool design there. I think my biggest issue with it is
Wait till it's open.
is when it does the little launching attack. I feel like if I'm hitting those things inside of it, I should be able to do excessive damage to him because it's exploding. But it doesn't always feel that way. It kind of just feels like, oh, maybe I stopped him and did some damage, but it doesn't actually feel like I'm doing extra damage. Ha! Dodge roll, bitch. His face is really cool. There he goes. Now, it's kind of funny. All this would hurt me, as you saw, like, the red gooey stuff that had the fumes come off of it was hurting me, but I walked through it there, no problem.
Yeah, let's go.
Ah. I love the rain in this game. It looks so good.
So that's where we're going, huh?
Hope it has an elevator.
Hey, Marcus. You coming?
And I like that we get to see, like, Marcus having loaded PTSD, like,
here
everything
with
that
the
happened
cog.
and bothered him.
What happened?
This dam powered the last of the COG's factories. I got here right before it fell. Exfiltration mission. A few dozen gears were trapped inside.
So, how'd you get him out?
I didn't.
And it's one of those things, because this is a sci-fi game, we don't always think about, like, what happens here to us, because we're fighting an other. Like, a literal other. It's not us fighting other humans over petty differences. It's us fighting something that's not like us. So we don't always think about PTSD or what that could be like, and I feel like with Marcus, they're doing such a good job at showing it.
Sounds like you know your way around.
Outsiders live off old batteries. I've raided my share of cog power plants.
And I like how this shows why she's knowledgeable of this area and why she would know, like, oh, this is where this should be, or this is how this should work. I think it's a nice feature to have, a nice character to have, especially coming as an outsider, like, oh, how do you guys just survive out here off the grid, so to speak, even though they're using power and electricity, just like the COG are.
Charge the main circuit, the auxiliary power should kick in. All we need is a working turbine and a way to spin it.
Maybe the last one still works.
No. Well, the dam's dry, but maybe the wind could spin it.
Then let's go.
And I also like how intelligent, once again, it shows you that you are. Like, hey, the wind should be able to make this work because the wind's so much stronger than it used to be. And we've heard about emulsion, but not necessarily... It's not talked about as much as it was in the first game. Like, they've really discovered that, no, this is bad juju, and this got us in some trouble the first time.
Wind's got it. Now we're in business.
Let's head back to that elevator.
I just skipped that sequence right there. So this one makes me think of,
Damn it! Juvie!
This makes me think of the Starship Troopers first CG movie, Invasion, where they get on a ship and the ship is completely dark, and with it being dark, when they turn on the lights is when everything kind of starts to go wrong. Because like, hey, don't turn on the lights. You know, this is how we have them tracked. By putting the power back onto it, you're going to give them free reign of the ship. So I enjoy this aspect that, like, no, here we go now. We've turned back on the power of this factory, and it's not without repercussions. We knew this place was infested or infected, but we didn't know to what extent. And maybe before we were cordoning some of them off because they couldn't get through the cement or something else to do with it in general. And now by opening doors for us, we've also opened doors for them.
All right, we're clear. Oh, I hate these guys. Heads up, pouncers!
That's a bummer. I thought I did enough damage to him.
That's it. They're down.
Now to find out if the elevator works.
You guys can't go up and just be like do. No, you guys have to wait for me to do it, don't you? Guess in case I need a potty break or something like that.
Killing me. The elevator still doesn't have power.
The old circuits probably couldn't handle the power surge. They need to be reset. And that means splitting up. Generators or operations deck? Which one do you want?
Well, your call, James.
Okay, Del, Kate, you take the operations deck. We'll deal with the generators.
Alright, so if you do it the other way, Dell says that you took the easy road. So I'm going to take the generators this time and see if it makes it a little bit harder.
We'll know these generators when we see them, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption.
Then let's do this.
I like how Marcus kind of gives you the typical tropes and contrivances that you're used to with the gruff sergeant, but at the same time, it's not. It's done almost like in a rush, like I don't want to be doing this anymore kind of function, or no, I just want to get through here. It doesn't feel like it's a force like, yeah, let's do this because I'm hardcore. It's very much like I'm ready to be done. We need to get through here. This is just an obstacle. Stop the chatter, stop the banter, just go. You know, I'd like to find a Nasher now.
Okay, first generator's up. Alright, we're gonna need some coverage fire down here.
Oh, really? What makes you say that?
I love how easily these guys go in half. Like, it feels... It makes them feel like a nuisance, but at the same time very weak and frail. So, it does make a lot of sense about how they change and grow in the chrysalis type area, whereas as a larva, no, these things are incredibly weak, but don't worry, later on, they'll be much smarter and much stronger.
Okay, I'm not seeing a way out of here.
It's 'cause the breaker's open. Give us a second to close it.
Huh. That's a cool feature.
Jenny! Marcus! You're good to go!
We've got a turret up here. We're pinned down. Nice, turret's down.
Oh, he had a long shot. Alright, so that's how you're supposed to help him out over here.
Blocked again.
All right, we're on it. Stand by. Closing the breaker.
Having 6 boom shots, I'm gonna keep that.
All right, get to the other generators.
Ah, shit. More of them. Just keep us covered. That's it. We're done. Kate, something's wrong. It's not restarting.
Just give it a second. And there we go. It's back online.
How about you two get down here?
On our way.
Maybe the longbow would actually be better here. There we go. See, Nick, if you ever watch this, I can show you how to snipe. Or how to just hit the active reload. Or I could miss completely after talking shit. And again, God, I might as well just be church. Boop.
Oh, look what I found.
Shouldn't need that again, so we're just gonna go back to where we were at. I love how it's called the custom Lancer, not just like the Lancer. But I guess it's custom because it has the stock on it. The original games did not, and then it also is
Okay, let's get back to the
one wood finish and has the flashlight.
Nice.
Watch it! Scion incoming!
You motherfucker! Wow. That was a much better shot than it had any right to be.
Road drag! Oh, goodbye.
Sorry, he knew what was good for him, that's why he ran.
Now we head back to the maintenance elevator. By the way, you did well back there. All of you. The COG did at least one thing right, training you two. I was getting to you. Your dad teach you to fight like that?
My mom. And my uncle, Oscar. He was an old gear like you.
Did the swarm take him?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Well, then I'm sorry to hear that.
That's actually new dialogue for me. I have not heard that. That was really, really good. And I like how he still has some respect for the COG. Mainly the fact that it's like, no, they still train people well. They're still a fantastic fighting force. Even if I don't agree with them, even if I don't, like, there are certain aspects of it you need to respect. Which is true, I think, of a lot of different militaries. We make fun of the French, we make fun of the Russians, but they do train very well. And that's why we have so much cross-training with our allies, because not everyone does everything the same way. And it doesn't mean the way that you do it is the best or the way they do it is the best. But if you get some good parts, it comes together well.
God.
Come on, man. Just come on.
That's not good.
Come on, we walk from here.